We're live.
That's really good.
Tina, we're live.
Good afternoon. This is Tina Desiree Berg. We are reporting live from Minneapolis. We are at the Ice Out protest. These are a series of nationwide protests that are occurring today across the United States. I am speaking with Kelly, who is with MIRAC, which is an immigrants' right group here in Minnesota. So first of all, tell me a little bit about your organization.
Yeah, so I'm with MIRAC, the Minnesota Immigrant Rights Action Committee. We're an all-volunteer grassroots organization. We've been organizing in the Twin Cities for almost 20 years, demanding legalization for all, an end to border militarization, and currently, the abolition of ICE and its whole apparatus.
So you've been talking about eliminating ICE longer than a lot of other folks have. I do want to ask you, going back to like when George Bush was president, when W. Bush was president, DHS was created sort of out of a politicized environment surrounding what happened on 9/11. Do you think that creating DHS, creating ICE, moving Border Patrol over, taking away some of the things the FBI used to do, adding them, all of that stuff has led us to this inevitable place where it's just politicized law enforcement?
To some extent, yes. Before 9/11, before the creation of DHS, CBP, ICE, and USCIS, those functions were carried out by the INS, the Immigration Naturalization Service. And really, if you go back in U.S. history, back to colonial times, we see that the immigration laws in this country have been weaponized against certain groups of people, right? Japanese internment camps, Chinese Exclusion Act, the INS specifically targeted Mexicans on the Southwest for deportation. And so this isn't something new. This is really part of a pattern of a white supremacist government in this country, and truly under Democrat and Republican presidents and administrations, we have seen violence against immigrants. We've seen deportations, family separation, and all the evils that come with that.
In fact, if you go back to World War II, the immigrant quotas that historically happened during that period, and you look at like the Christian Front, there was also an attempted coup against the government, against FDR's policies, because they wanted a white national America First state back then. So this is something that's definitely been repeated. Do you see any similarities between that period of time and what's happening right now?
That's a great question. I'm not an expert on that time period, but we do know that history repeats itself, right? We see kind of the same patterns over and over of how people in power try to hold on to that power, and they use a lot of the same tactics over and over again to oppress immigrants, people of color, the people who are indigenous to this land, and others.
Indeed. Border Patrol, you mentioned that. I want to ask you about, do you know anything about the critical incident team, which is something that's been sort of innate and secretive in Border Patrol, where they've used to investigate any shootings or wrongful violence that comes from them? They sort of cover stuff up. Is that something you have any experience with?
I don't have a lot of personal experience with that. Here in the Twin Cities, we, until very recently, were not part of Border Patrol's jurisdiction. So we've been more focused on what ICE is doing, because that's what we see right in front of us. So not having a lot of firsthand knowledge, but the way that we know that law enforcement works in this country, the idea that they might be investigating themselves and covering up their own wrongdoing is not hard to believe.
Yeah. It's not hard to believe. So what are some of the things that you've worked on previously with ICE?
So on the local level, we established a Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs at the city of Minneapolis, which provides a lot of support to our immigrant population here. We're part of the Legalization for All network across the country that has done a series of different campaigns targeted at local politicians, national politicians, and actually today, we're here today to actually demand a statewide eviction moratorium to Governor Walz. That's the demand of this protest today, because we are seeing that, disproportionately in the Twin Cities, renters are immigrants and BIPOC folks. Many of them are afraid to go to work. Many families have lost the primary earners to detention, deportation, fear of going out, despite the many efforts of, our community here to accompany people, to respond to raids. People are still getting picked up. They're still getting detained. They're still getting deported. They're getting transferred out of state to other detention centers, getting lost in the system. Tomorrow's February 1st. Rent is due. And so we're here to call on Governor Walz and our lawmakers in Minnesota to enact that eviction moratorium.
No, I got you. In fact, that is what you're doing here is a good point, because I don't think this gets discussed enough by the media. One of the second-tiered problems that is coming from this is the fact that you have folks that are afraid to go to work. They're afraid to go to the grocery store. If they don't go to work, they can't pay their bills. We were at the Carmel Mall. We were at the Mercado Mall. I spoke with some of the businesses there. They didn't really want to go on camera, but they told me that it's a twofold problem. Their employees don't want to show up for work, and the people that really buy for them are also not coming in to the Mercado to shop. So, and you could see the closed stalls in there. So clearly this is a huge issue. Is there any sort of mutual aid that you folks have set up or others have set up for these individuals?
Yeah, MIRAC has received a lot of generosity from the community to be able to do that mutual aid. It's something that we carry out, alongside trusted community members we've been working with for a long time. We have relationships with a lot of these business owners. Some of them have been part of MIRAC in the past or currently. So there is a lot of mutual aid going out to businesses, to folks who need rent assistance. But even everything that we've collected and truly, like, amongst not just us, but other organizations, neighborhood groups, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars have been raised, but it's still not enough, right? At the systemic level, we're in an emergency moment, right? And that's why we need this systemic response. But this is an extremely difficult time for small immigrant-owned businesses.
Indeed. Have you folks been involved with any of the mutual aid going on at Whipple? I know there's a group down there that's helping with those that have been arrested by ICE, whether it's American citizens that have been detained and let go, protesters that have also been detained and let go, providing them with burner phones, clothing. I've heard horror stories about these guys just letting folks out into this insanely cold weather with nothing but T-shirt on.
Yeah, that is happening. MIRAC isn't directly involved with this mutual aid, but we support what folks are doing, providing clothes, burner phones, because yes, we've seen it. People are just being released out in the cold. People are also getting transferred out of state and then released, often in Texas. Right now, a lot of people detained in Minnesota are getting immediately sent to Texas, and then they're getting released in Texas with no phone. They're not giving back their personal belongings, their passports, and people are just stuck. And there are organizations down in Texas, especially on the border, who are providing that mutual aid and helping folks get back home.
Sounds like we're getting ready to start, so I have one more question for you. Are you happy with the way Mayor Frey and Tim Walz in general have handled this crisis, or do you think they can be doing a better job?
I think Governor Walz and Mayor Frey can be doing a lot more to keep ICE out of our city.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for talking with us, Kelly. So we are going to sort of move over to where they're going to be doing speeches in a second. If you're just joining us, I'm Tina Desiree Berg reporting live for Status Coup on the Midas Touch Network, and we are downtown Minneapolis at the ICE Out Solidarity Rally.
Everybody knows we're having technical difficulties with the sound system as we're waiting for gas for the generator. So, thank you so much for being here. We're going to get started really soon once we work out our gas issues.
And who are you? Oh, there you go.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE!
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE!
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE!
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE!
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE!
I know someone say it out loud. We have sweets here in this white truck that we want to like hand out just to like energize some of you guys before we get going. So back here behind Robin and I, you can grab your pastries. So feel free to just hop on now. We'll get this thing going, okay?
There's some cocoa and hand warmers
and stuff
over here on our right.
And we got plenty of signs for you guys, so get your hand warmers, get them warmed up, and hold up a sign.
When immigrants are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When immigrants are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! When immigrants...
So they're bringing in a truck, sound truck, where they're going to have speeches in a minute. People are still filing into the park. So people are still filing into the park. Yesterday we covered the general strike, which had about, I'd say about 50,000 folks show up. This is getting to be a bigger crowd now. They've been having events throughout the city all day. Some of them were training events on how to do rapid response. Others were legal immigration courses, so to speak, training courses. They also had a bike ride. So all kinds of things going on in the city today for the Ice Out event.
When I say ole, 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 I want you to say fuck eyes, fuck eyes. Feel free to clap too, it's great. Ole, 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 ole. Fuck eyes, fuck eyes. Ole, 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 ole. Fuck eyes, fuck eyes. I need more energy from you guys. Either grab some fucking pastries or keep it going. Ole, 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 ole. Fuck eyes, fuck eyes. Better. Ole, ole, ole. Fuck eyes, fuck eyes. Ole, ole, ole. Fuck eyes, fuck eyes. Ole, 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 ole. Fuck eyes. Ole, 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 ole. Fuck eyes. Fuck eyes. Ole, 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 ole. Fuck eyes. Fuck eyes.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about some in Los Angeles. Some folks might know that on New Year's Eve, Keith Porter, who was in the San Fernando Valley, was killed by an off-duty ICE agent. He had been firing his gun into the air to celebrate New Year's. An ICE agent basically shot him and claimed that it was an active shooter scenario, which is obviously not the case. So that happened prior to having Renee Good and Alex Preddy murdered here in Minneapolis. So they've been obviously staging protests in Los Angeles for many weeks now, but last night it looks like the LAPD came in and broke up the protests in a rather aggressive manner, which is something we've seen consistently from the LAPD. And I also want to mention that the state of California passed a law basically saying that federal agents are not allowed to be masked up in the state, that they have to be unmasked. In response, the chief of the LAPD, who is an ex-sheriff, came out and basically said that he was not going to enforce that law. And in fact, this sign is like perfect for that. Do they look like cops to you? That's the problem. People cannot differentiate who's who in the cosplaying zoo. You really don't know who these individuals are.
La migra, la misma porquería. La poli, la migra, la misma porquería. La poli, la migra, la misma porquería. La poli, la migra.
So John, get a shot of this. They were not kidding about the pastries. He has a whole pastry cart here. Insanely delicious looking donuts. Oh, sorry. Real sense of community here in the city of Minneapolis, everywhere we go.
Justicia, justicia. ¿Qué no queremos? Justicia. Cuando no queremos. Ahora, ahora. ¿Qué es lo que queremos? Justicia, justicia. Cuando no queremos. Ahora, ahora.
They want justice now. We're now hearing chants in Spanish.
Escucha, estamos en la lucha. Trump, escucha.
Trump, listen.
Estamos en la lucha. Wall, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Wall, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Frey, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Frey, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Trump, escucha, estamos en
Another thing I sort of wanted to mention as we're listening to the chanting in Spanish is a lot of, particularly in Los Angeles, a lot of voters that voted for Trump are actually Hispanic. And I think we're starting to see anger from these crowds because this is not what they expected. I think when Trump said they were going to deport criminals, they believed that to be the case. And obviously the majority of people that are being deported are not criminals. I did spoke with a Hispanic activist who didn't want to go on camera. And he basically told me that he had voted for Trump, but his mother and his sister had now been deported. And I asked him, what did you think they meant by mass deportation? And he said, not this. So I think we're hearing that from a lot of Trump voters who are now changing their mind. They're not okay with what's going on. And this might, in combination with the release of the Epstein files yesterday, completely fracture the MAGA base. But we'll see.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido. El pueblo unido. Jamás será vencido. Jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido. El pueblo unido. Jamás será vencido. Jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Jamás será vencido. The people united. The people united. Will never be defeated. Will never be defeated. The people united. The people united will never be defeated. Will never be defeated. The people united. The people united will never be defeated. Will never be defeated. The people united. The people united will never be defeated. Will never be defeated. The people united. The people united will never be defeated. Will never be defeated. El pueblo unido. El pueblo unido. Jamás será vencido. Jamás será vencido. El pueblo.
If you're just joining us, this is Tina Desiree Berg reporting for Status Coup News on the Midas Touch Network. We are at the Ice Out rally and protest in Bryant Square Park in Minneapolis, Minnesota. People are still rolling in. They're going to do speeches in a minute. And also, if you are not a member of Status Coup, please, please, please consider joining. It is your membership that helps us pay for these trips to report, helps us cover our hotel, airfare. All of these things cost money. So if you could afford for as little as $5 a month, it would be helpful. You can do so on our website, statuscoup.com/join.
Lizzie, I'm with TCC for J of Twin Cities Coalition for Justice.
We're super honored to be here with you in the streets to build for this struggle, because the fight for community control of the police, for police accountability, is the fight for immigrant rights.
So I think they're going to move the speeches over to the truck. We're going to follow over here and get some of those speeches, and then we will be doing some interviews with folks here in the crowd. Where's the back? It is a warm 10 degrees today in Minneapolis, so much warmer than it has been. You know it's been cold when I'm saying 10 degrees is warm. Hi, how are you?
Minneapolis has been fighting for legalization.
Sí. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Check. Ey, 1, 2. Ey, sí.
Just remember, don't put on front.
Bum. Merrick has been fighting for legalization for all, for an end to all deportations for 20 years. Every year on May 1st, we protest for immigrant and workers' rights because it is one and the same. And we hope to see a crowd just as big, if not bigger than this, for May 1st this year. It'll be our 20th anniversary of celebrating International Workers' Day. So we're really proud to be with Twin Cities Coalition for Justice today as they fight for all stolen lives, as we fight for the lives stolen by ICE in detention centers on the streets of Minneapolis, across this entire country, with the legalization for all network. We're extremely proud to be in the struggle with them to make the connections with MPD's complicity in crowd controlling for ICE. We're gonna call out Mayor Frey for what he is, a bootlicker. Shame! Okay. Manny, do you want to say something? You look ready to say something.
Yeah, I'm pissed. Hey, I'm Manny. Like I said earlier, I'm part of MIRAC. We're a grassroots immigrant-led organization fighting for dignity, safety, and justice for immigrant communities across Minnesota. We organize, educate, mobilize against detention, deportation, eviction, and all forms of state violence while building real power from the ground up. MIRAC shows up where it matters, in the streets, in the community, alongside families who refuse to be silenced. Today's demand, while we're all here, ICE out, eviction moratorium now, and legalization for all. These are all demands that we have been fighting for all along. Family, friends, and community, thank you for being here today. We're here because our lives are not bargaining chips. We're here because our neighbors deserve safety, housing, and dignity, not fear. This march is for the martyrs, for Renee Good, for Alex Preddy, for Philando Castile, for Ricky Cobb, for Keith Porter, for every stolen lives by state violence, and for the living who are still here being terrorized today. Let's be clear, crowd control is ICE collaboration. Police working with ICE is state violence. Raids, surveillance, and displacements are not public safety. They are tools of fear. Right now, families in Minneapolis are afraid to go to work, afraid to send their kids to school, afraid to answer the door. And while that fear spreads, people are still being evicted, pushed out of their homes while ICE floods our communities. Say shame to that. That's why we're demanding loud and clear. When I say eviction moratorium, you say now. Eviction moratorium. Now. Mayor Fry, eviction moratorium. Now. Governor Walz, eviction moratorium. Now. ICE out of Minneapolis. Now. ICE out of Minnesota. Now. And ICE out of everywhere. Now. Governor Walz, you have the power to act. You have emergency power, and this is a fucking emergency. If people cannot safely work, move, or live, then eviction is violence. Do not sell us out. Declare an eviction moratorium now. Mayor Fry, this city belongs to the people. Us, not ICE. We don't need statements. We need actions. We don't need swear words and collaboration and compliance. Stand with the community, not federal terror. We say money for schools, not for ICE. Money for schools, not for ICE.
Money for schools, not for ICE.
Money for housing, not handcuffs.
Money for housing, not handcuffs.
Money for care, not cages.
Money for care, not cages.
And let us say this together so there's no confusion. No raids.
No raids.
No evictions.
No evictions.
No collaboration.
No collaboration.
Community control now.
Community control now.
Legalization for all.
Legalization for all.
Because we're not leaving and we are not backing down. And we will not be quiet while our communities are under attack. Because this is what solidarity looks like. This is what resistance looks like. And this is what power looks like right here, right now. Evict ICE, not us.
This is what resistance looks like. Show me what resistance looks like.
This is what resistance looks like.
Show me what resistance looks like.
This is what resistance looks like.
Show me what resistance looks like.
This is what resistance looks like.
I want to introduce our first speaker, who is with the Minnesota Immigrant Rights Action Committee. Give a big hand for Isaac!
Give me 1 second, please. Well, thank you everyone for being here. My name is Isar. I have the honor of being a member of the Minnesota Immigrant Rights Action Committee. Thank you. Dearly beloved, look, we're going through unprecedented times as a nation. We are a massive display of force and power, a behemoth. But when it comes to principles, today we are so small and so weak. We are under the attack and terrorizing techniques applied by the Trump administration in order to create fear, hunger, and obedience. And in return, we the people rose against these occupations of our state, our streets. We will not bow down. These attacks have done nothing, absolutely nothing, but bring us all together as a community. We are neighbors looking out for neighbors, families looking out for other families, teachers looking out for students, doctors looking out for patients, humans looking out for humans. Demonstrations of the most remarkable kindness have been organized all over the state, all over the country, all over the globe. People have unnecessarily given their lives defending our most basic human rights. Say their names: Renee Good and Alex Preddy.
Renee Good and Alex Preddy.
The irony of this current situation is that we, the immigrants, are the ones targeted by doing what we do best. We always get the job done. But now, immigrant families can't even afford to pay rent for the houses that we built. Some families don't even need refrigerators anymore because they don't have any food to put in them. We have plenty of military gear used to intimidate our residents on our streets, but we don't have enough schools to teach them about their basic human rights. The families are hiding in their homes because they are afraid of those who work forces and also burn crosses. In honor of these brave Minnesotans that are still fighting day after day, and our neighbors who cannot join us for fear of the state, we the people we are demanding that the governor implement a statewide eviction moratorium. Tim Walz, if you can end this occupation, at least suspend the eviction caused by the same. Thank you. And let's do a little chant. Repeat after me, please. We're not cold, we're not afraid.
We're not cold, we're not afraid.
Renee and Alex taught us to be brave.
Renee and Alex taught us to be brave.
Thank you.
Lucha, lucha, lucha duro.
Lucha, lucha, duro.
Tumbaremos este pinche muro. That means fight, fight, fight. Break down the wall. Lucha, lucha, lucha duro.
Lucha, lucha, lucha duro.
Tumbaremos este pinche muro.
Tumbaremos este pinche muro.
Lucha, lucha, lucha duro.
Lucha, lucha, lucha duro.
Tumbaremos este pinche muro.
Tumbaremos este pinche muro.
When I say chinga, you say la migra. Chinga. 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 Chinga.
So chinga la migra is basically fuck ice in Spanish.
Chinga. Chinga. If you don't know what that means in English, it means fuck ice. Fuck ice. When I say ice out, you say fuck ice. Ice out. 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 Woo! Minnesota, make some noise for yourself. So that was the English and Spanish lesson. This is the math lesson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I said 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. Woo! We want justice. You say how? Stop the deportations now!
Stop the deportations now!
We want justice! You say how?
You say how?
Stop the deportations now!
Stop the deportations now!
We want justice! You say how?
We want justice! You say how?
Stop the deportations now!
Stop the deportations now!
We want justice! You say how?
We want justice! You say how?
Stop the deportations now!
Stop the deportations now!
We want justice! You say how?
We want justice! You say how?
Drop all the charges now!
Drop
There's
all
this
the
great sign
charges
that says,
now.
"Impeach Trump by the pussy."
Drop all the charges now.
Drop all the charges now!
Drop all the charges now.
We are not marching yet. We're going to have a few more speakers here. I'm going to pass it to Lizzie to introduce her. Woo!
All right, so our next speaker is an educator with TCC4J. They've been a longtime member. Up next is Loretta from TCC4J.
All right, I won't ask how everybody's doing because I feel like we're just all surviving and functioning right now. I can tell you that's how I'm feeling, but there are times when my activism and my day job collides, and it happened in 2022 when I was an educator on strike, and now it's becoming harder to educate in this environment. You try to find moments of joy, but you worry for your students, your coworkers, your own children, and yourself. You worry about if the kid you saw on Monday, will you see them on Tuesday? You worry if your coworkers got home or to work safely. You worry about for your kids when you hear about their friends and classmates and what's happening to them. Here's the thing that gets me out of bed, that gets me motivated, is things like this, is actions like this. The fact that we are resisting this occupation, because that's what it is, an occupation. We're protecting, but here we are protecting our neighbors. We're feeding each other. We're making sure our kids are educated even under these circumstances. Because who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
I'm sorry if this offends any of you, but I'm not sorry. I'm not waiting on the mayor or the governor to stop this. Now I hear the demand is for an eviction moratorium, and Tim Walz can do that. He's trying to say he can't, he's going to get sued and all that. Well, fuck that shit. People are suffering. People can't go to work. So so how are they going to pay their rent if they can't work because they're too afraid to go to work? Anyway, I want them to, they think that dialogue is going to help. It's not. Now, ICE has killed 2 people in this city within 2 weeks. Donald Trump, Tom Homan, Kristi Noem, anybody else, they don't care who they kidnap, kill, or maim. We are the ones who can stop this. We need to use our power because there are more of us than them. So keep showing up. Keep following those ICE agents with your whistles. Keep helping our mutual aid folks. Because Trump and all of them, they hate this. They hate that in Minnesota we're taking care of each other and we're protecting each other. And we've done this before because this ain't new. We've been through this before. Now, I don't really like using the word resilient, but that's what we are. And I'm hearing the ICE agents are tired and scared. Well, good. Yeah, because we're tired of them too. They need to go. Our neighbors need to feel safe. Our city, our state needs to feel safe. Our students need to be able to come to school without fear. So, with the ass, please be kind to your educators in your life. Because we are once again teaching while the world is falling apart. But just know we are going to fight and win. Because when we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. Thank you.
Thank you, Loretta. When we fight, we win. 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 Give it up for yourselves too, everyone. Alright, we're gonna be chanting here for a little bit.
When I say money for schools,
If you're
you
just
say
joining
not for
us,
ICE.
this is
Money for
Tina
schools,
Desiree
not for
reporting
ICE.
live
Money for
for
schools,
Status Coup
not
News
for
on
ICE.
the
Money for
Midas Touch
schools,
Network.
not for
We
ICE.
are live
Money
at
for
the
schools,
ICE
not
Out
for
rally
ICE.
and protest in
Money for
Minneapolis.
school,
Not for ICE.
They are
Money for
basically
schools,
asking
not
the
for
mayor
ICE.
money for
to
schools,
Not for
make
ICE.
Money
a
for
rent
schools,
moratorium
not for
happen.
ICE.
Money
Since
for
many of the
schools,
immigrant
not for
families that have been
ICE.
Money
affected
for
by ICE
schools,
operations
not
can no
for
longer
ICE.
afford
Money for
to pay
schools,
rent, and they
not for
have
ICE.
concerns
Money
about
for
being
schools.
evicted.
Not for ICE.
When I
And
say
if
what
you
do
are
we
not a
want, you
member
say
of Status Coup,
legalization.
please
What do
consider
we
joining.
want?
Your membership is
Legalization.
what
When do we
helps
want
us
it?
fund these
What do we
trips
want?
for $5 a month.
When do we want it?
You help us pay for
What do we
our
want?
hotels,
Legalization.
our
When do we
airfare,
want it? Now.
equipment.
What do we want?
lost a
Legalization.
microphone yesterday
When
due
do
to
we
the
want
cold,
it?
so we're gonna have to replace
What do we
that
want?
now. So anyway, if you can afford to do it, we would really, really appreciate the
What do we
support.
want?
You can go to
When do we want it? What do
statuscoup.com/join.
we want?
Legalization.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Legalization.
When do we want it?
Now.
When I say if Renee don't get it or if
There's
Alex
this
don't
very,
get it, I want you to
funny
say shut it down. If Renee
sign
don't
that
get
says
it,
free
shut
balls
it down.
for
If
ICE
Alex don't
since
get
they
it,
have none.
shut it down. If Renee don't get it,
One of the
shut
things
it
I'm
down.
noticing
If
as a
Alex
constant
don't get
theme
it,
with the
shut it
signs we are seeing
down.
at
If Yolanda
protests
don't get it,
are
shut
sort
it
of
down.
what I'm going to call emasculated
If
language
Renee
towards
don't
the
get
ICE
it,
agents.
shut it down. If Ricky don't get it, shut it down. If Alex don't get it, shut it down. If Orlando don't get it, shut it down. If Victor don't get it, shut it down. If Alex don't get it, shut it down. If Renee don't get it, shut it down. If Orlando don't get it, shut it down. If Ricky don't get it, shut it down. If Liam don't get it, shut it down. If Liam don't get it, shut it down. If Renee don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If Twin Cities don't get it, shut it down. Minnesota don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If Renee don't get it, shut it down. If Felix don't get it, shut it down. If Victor don't get it, shut it down. If Liam don't get it, shut it down. If Orlando don't get it, shut it down. If Ricky don't get it, shut it down. If Renee don't get it, shut it down. If Felix don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If Twin Cities don't get it, shut it down. If Minnesota don't get it, shut it down. If we 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 don't get it, shut it down. If Renee don't get it, shut it down. If Felix don't get it, shut it down. If Victor don't get it, shut it down. If Ricky don't get it, shut it down. If Orlando don't get it, shut it down. If Liam don't get it, shut it down. And if we don't get it, shut it down. Whoa, I'm fucking amped right now, you guys. Our next speaker is Cedar from People's Action Coalition Against Trump. They're uniting grassroots organization against Trump's dumbass agenda here in Twin Cities. Give it up for Cedar.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cedar. I'm speaking on behalf of the People's Action Coalition Against Trump, or PACAT. And we are a coalition of Twin Cities-based organizations who are uniting to fight back against Trump's attacks here in the U.S. and across the globe. In PACAT, we know that our issues are all connected, and an attack against one is an attack against everyone. We are seeing this right here, right now, and we witnessed this after the ICE murder of Renee Good. Renee herself knew this. The same goes for Alex Petty. The same goes for countless unnamed people resisting ICE who we do not see. What we are seeing here is people power. What we're seeing here is working people moving together to fight back against the ruling class. Whether it's attacks on the economy, demonstrations in the street, kicking white supremacists like Jake Lang and Greg Bovino out of Minneapolis. Whether it's participating in mutual aid or rapid response, the people of Minnesota have struck so many blows against the enemy these past few weeks. Give it up for yourselves. And make no mistake, the reason we're able to do this is we have been paying attention. We have been organized for years and decades. We've been paying attention to the destruction caused by U.S. imperialism, the destruction that kills working people to pad the pockets of billionaires. We see this glaringly in other countries, like the genocide in Palestine brought on by U.S. desire for control of the Middle East. We see this here in the U.S., where the weapons used against Palestinians are brought back here to be used against black communities after the police kill them. Chemical weapons used on black and brown communities when police protect property over people. We see our connected struggles when Palestinians share with Ferguson activists how to protect themselves from these chemical weapons. So when we know this, it isn't shocking to learn that ICE is also trained by the Israeli military and uses the same surveillance technologies that we see here, like Palantir. We see this destruction in Central and South America with the revival of the racist Monroe Doctrine, with the recent attacks on Venezuela reminding us of the beginning of the Iraq War. And just as the people knew then, we know now that the people do not want another war for oil. We know that these interventions and then sanctions that are later placed on countries that don't comply create conditions for immigration that the ruling class then tries to stop. Shame! In Pecat, we know the devastation of U.S. imperialism also extends to our bodily health and reproductive autonomy. Just as Americans are being denied reproductive care in the form of abortion bans and funding crisis pregnancy centers, women exposed to the weapons of war and their toxins are known to be at a higher risk for reproductive health harms. And this is not separate from here in the U.S., where toxic industrial plants and refineries are constantly placed in poor, black, or brown communities. When we make these connections, we are better fit to understand that our common enemy is the ruling class. And when we make these connections, we are united. When I think of this international solidarity, I think of the murals of George Floyd painted on walls in Palestine. When we are united, we can never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Please follow the People's Action Coalition on Instagram so you can keep up with our upcoming events. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
The people united will never be defeated.
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 All right, we have Carlos Cardoso with Asamblea de Derechos Civiles. If you're close to the truck, please come up. If not, we'll go to the next speaker. He's still coming? Still come up, okay. So are we... All right, we are introducing Maysoon from American Muslims for Palestine.
to go.
From Palestine to Mexico.
All the walls have got to go.
From Palestine to Mexico.
All the walls have got to go.
From Palestine to Mexico.
All the walls have got to go.
Thank you, my son. Before I start, I'm going to start with the chant. From Minnesota to Palestine.
From Minnesota to Palestine.
Occupation is a crime.
Occupation is a crime.
From Minnesota to Palestine.
From Minnesota to Palestine.
Occupation is a crime.
Occupation is a crime.
Minnesota, make some noise. I want to start off by thanking the people of Minnesota for standing for our children, for standing for our stores, for our neighbors. We keep us safe. And I want to say, as a teacher, when I see my little students role-playing as ICE, pretending to kill each other, that's when we know that this government, that this president has failed us. We keep us safe.
We keep us safe.
But I want to say to anyone in this audience, let me wake you up. If you've been tweeting, this is not the America I know. We are all united everywhere. It's just this year. I want to wake you up to what BIPOC communities have been facing for decades and hundreds of years. From the slave catchers, to the boarding schools, to the over 1 million killed in Iraq, to the little boys, to the brown men swooped up and taken to Guantanamo, and most importantly, get this on record, to the genocide in Gaza, the genocide against my people, funded by this country. Shame! So for you thinking, if you're thinking we just have to tackle it here, you are wrong. Raise your hand if you know that ICE trains with the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force. Raise your hand. This is not a conspiracy, let me tell you. This is not a conspiracy. Search it up. They brag about the same methods of counterterrorism, of surveillance, of legs on the neck. Shame on this country. So let me tell you right now, if you want to oppose ICE, which we should, let us also oppose the entity that trains them. Israel, which has killed my people, detained my people, taken my people, has left us to die with no one to help. Injustice everywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I'll end with this chant. From Minnesota to Palestine.
From Minnesota to Palestine.
Occupation is a crime.
Occupation is a crime.
From Minnesota to Palestine.
From Minnesota to Palestine.
Occupation is a crime.
Occupation is a crime.
Thank you, Minnesota. Make some noise.
We tried this one earlier. We're going to try this chant again. La poli, la migra, la misma porquería.
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 For those of you who don't know Spanish, that means ICE and cops, they're pigs all the same. La poli, la migra.
La poli, la migra.
La misma porquería.
La misma porquería.
La poli, la migra.
La poli, la migra.
La misma porquería.
La misma porquería.
Make some noise. Our next speaker is a rank-and-file member of Education Minnesota, a proud educator, and a member of the Anti-War Committee, Meredith.
We all know that our state is under siege from ICE. Everywhere we go, we see ICE, or we hear of yet another family that has been torn apart, or learn that we know yet another person who knew Renee Good or knew Alex Preddy. But today I'm here to talk to you as an educator about how these inhumane and blatantly illegal actions are affecting our students, families, and staff. At my school, about 40% of our student body is Latino. And over the past month, the number of students who have officially enrolled in flexible learning options have risen to about 20% of our student body. Between students who aren't coming to school because they don't feel safe, or students who aren't communicating with the school at all, the students who have been deported, the students who have self-deported, our hallways, our cafeterias, and our classrooms don't feel safe, don't feel right. Our community is in a hole. Everyone feels the emptiness of our missing community members, and this angers me as a teacher. Our students have the right to an education. And Trump is denying them this basic right. They should feel safe at their schools. They should feel safe at their bus stops. CARE 11 is reporting that it costs $18 million a week for ICE's Twin Cities operation. Just to show you what we could do with that money, Minneapolis Public Schools alone, this is just one school district in the state of Minnesota, which is among so many that is facing a deficit this year because of all the cuts from the federal government. Every district is cutting teachers this year. Minneapolis alone is facing a $30 million deficit this year, which that deficit from Minneapolis alone could be dealt with in just 2 weeks of ICE's operation here. Can you imagine that? Which actually improves our society more? ICE terrorizing our neighborhoods, scaring our kids away from schools and bus stops, shooting immigrants, taking people from hospitals, murdering observers, attacking protesters, or fully funded schools that educate our children to read, do math, and write. I would rather fund schools and invest in kids. Everyone deserves a right to a public education in this country, regardless of how they got here or regardless of what paperwork they do or do not have. Using our tax dollars to support the terror of ICE is exactly the opposite of this. So the beautiful part is that despite these horrific conditions, our community is coming together to defend our immigrant siblings. Teachers are driving food and supplies to their students' houses and getting van licenses to drive their students to and from schools. Parents are driving their neighbors' kids to and from school. Teachers and parents are patrolling schools before and after school to try to provide a sense of protection from ICE. Neighbors are rushing to ICE raids to document these abductions despite the risks to themselves. Even after 2 murders, more and more people are showing up in the streets to say, no, we're going to film these things. And our students are organizing amazing walkouts in sub-zero temperatures to stand up for their classmates and denounce ICE. And the whole world is watching us. People all over the world are inspired by our refusal to back down in the face of this paramilitary occupation of Minnesota by ICE. People are taking to the streets from LA to Chicago to Texas to say that ICE is out of control that this war on immigrants has got to end. There is national outrage about what is happening here because we have been on the streets and tens of thousands, multiple days, demanding ICE out. We have not let the media or the politicians, nationally or locally, look away. And we must continue to do all of this because you remember, when we fight, we win. Money for schools and education.
Money for schools and education.
Not for ICE and deportation.
Not for ICE and deportation.
Fuck ICE.
Fuck ICE.
Fuck ICE.
Fuck ICE.
Fuck ICE.
Fuck ICE.
I am so excited to march with you. Money for schools and education.
Money for schools and education.
Not for ICE and deportation.
Not for ICE and deportation.
Money for schools and education.
Money for schools and education.
Not for ICE and deportation.
Not for ICE and deportation.
Money for schools and education.
Money for schools and education.
Not for ICE and deportation.
Not for ICE and deportation.
I'll say really quick, one of our main demands right now is that we need funding for distance learning, especially at the schools, at the suburb schools and the rural schools. These students are threatened with not being able to graduate because they cannot safely attend their classes.
Sure.
So we want money for them, for real people's needs, for our human services here at home. Why the fuck are we paying these untrained assholes, these racists, to kill us? All right, we're gonna start marching in a few. Is Carlos Cardoso still here from Asamblea de Derechos Civiles?
Also, Victor, the gentleman who was working with the sound system, we can't figure it out.
All
We
right.
need you up here. Okay, never mind. We got Jan here from Mirac. Okay, before we march, some housekeeping rules. Can I have all the marshals raise your hand? These are the people that keeps us safe because we keep us safe. But I want you guys to follow their directions as well. Don't try to stray from the crowd. Stand behind the banners. Stand behind the signs. So tighten up your laces, zip up your pants, wrap your scarves around your neck, hold up your signs because we're moving forward. Let's fucking go. Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
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 So we have breaking news that's coming out now. A federal judge has now denied Minnesota's request to end the ICE surge in Minneapolis. Judge Kate Menendez denied a request by the state and cities to end the operation and send the 3,000 ICE agents home. This is reporting coming out of The Guardian this morning. The state of Minnesota and city of Minneapolis had argued that the Trump administration violated the 10th Amendment of the Constitution, which enshrines states' autonomy from federal intervention beyond powers outlined in the Constitution. But the judge said the state's argument provided no metric by which to determine when lawful law enforcement became unlawful, commandeering, simply arguing that the excesses of Operation Metro Surge are so extreme that the surge exceeds whatever line must exist. She went on to argue that there's no real metric to determine whether or not this order would prevent anything further from happening. This is crazy to me. So that has been denied now. So we are starting to march through Minneapolis. We just left Bryant Square Park. This is the Ice Out protest. They are asking that the Mayor Frey, institute a rent moratorium. One thing that's been happening here and in other cities that doesn't get discussed as much as the violence that the ICE agents are committing is that many folks afraid to go to work, afraid to go out and shop, are just simply staying home, and it's causing loss in wages and loss in small businesses. They can no longer afford to pay for rent.
We will say it every time. Protesting is not a crime. Protesting is not a crime. When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back.
So I also want to talk about some of the anti-Semitism that we have seen come from Border Patrol, and in particular Bovino. Earlier on, when they first started operations in Los Angeles, the Border Patrol, the California Border Patrol account on Instagram actually posted a small video. And the video was basically showing ICE agents arresting people, but they used the soundtrack from a Michael Jackson song that he had later apologized for and redid. But part of that track was using the K word, which is an anti-Jewish slur, and making some other anti-Semitic remarks. So what they had done on this Border Patrol account is use just that little section, that 20 seconds of that part of the song, and they put it over the videos of people getting arrested. It was incredibly anti-Semitic. At the time, I'm not sure if it was Instagram or Meta that took it down or if Border Patrol did, but it came down pretty quickly. And I want to tie that into something that just happened with Mr. Bovino in regards to Minneapolis. So according to several people with knowledge of a telephone conversation which took place on January 12th, Mr. Bovino made derisive remarks about the faith of the U.S. Attorney in Minnesota, Daniel N. Rosen, who is Jewish. Mr. Rosen is an Orthodox Jew. He observes Shabbat, which is today.
If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it,
So Mr. Bovino, who has been the face of the Trump administration's immigration crackdown, used the term chosen people in a mocking way, according to the people with knowledge of the call. He also asked sarcastically whether Mr. Rosen understood that Orthodox Jewish criminals don't take weekends off. So incredibly anti-Semitic gentleman Mr. Bovino is. As if we need to tie that with all the other further evidence of his misdoings. If you are just joining us, this is Tina Desiree Berg reporting for Status Coup News on the Midas Touch Network. We are marching through Minneapolis right now as part of the Ice Out International National Protest Day. In particular, this group is asking for Mayor Frey to put a moratorium on rent so people are not evicted for not being able to pay their bills. Should we try to get to the front a little bit? We're going to walk up here to the front so you can get a better view of how many protesters are here right now. Several hundred, as you can see, it goes all the way back.
At least 1,000.
At least 1,000, yeah. I'm going to try to get some interviews with some folks. But this is an aspect that hasn't been as widely discussed as the ICE agent violence. People are afraid to go to work. They're afraid to go out and shop. We had gone to the Mercado, which is the Spanish supermarket here in Minneapolis, and the Carmel Mall, which is a Somali market, and it was pretty dead in there. There were just booths that were shut down with nobody attending to them. We did speak with several of the booth business folks there. None of them wanted to go on camera, but I can tell you that they were all deeply concerned about their employees not wanting to come to work, obviously, and also their consumers not wanting to come and shop. So the need for a rent moratorium is probably very real. So it is actually warmer today than it has been. We've got 10 degrees. We're not negative, which is a plus. We lost our microphone yesterday. It was so cold. If you are not a Status Coup member, also please consider joining. It is your $5 a month that helps us fund all of our reporting trips.
Community control! MPD kills on patrol! How do we stop them?
Community control!
MPD kills on patrol! How do we stop them?
Community control!
MPD kills on patrol! How do we stop them?
Community control!
MPD kills on patrol! How do we stop them?
Community control!
You guys press Boots on the ground! We're here! We're here! Touch up this shit now!
My name's Morgan.
Boots!
So, your name is Morgan. You're with the MIRAC organization. You're the main organizer for this protest.
MIRAC? Yes, we are. Yes, we are MIRAC.
So one of the things you're asking for is a rent moratorium.
Yes, we are.
I don't think that's something that's been discussed widely, not as widely as ICE agent violence. How bad is the economic need in Minneapolis right now?
Well, it's just the way it is right now, the terror on the streets. There's so many people that aren't able to go to work. The restaurant industry in the city is pretty much in shambles because of, these legal these immigrants who've done no crime at all being swiped off the streets. They're afraid to go to work. They're afraid to go outside to get groceries. They're afraid to do their laundry even. So these people, they've been unable to work. They've been unable to earn money. And not only are they at risk of being kidnapped off the streets, they're at risk of being kicked out of their houses. So it's kind of necessary right now.
And in fact, I had gone to the Mercado over in, I think, the Powderhorn area, and I tried to get some of the stall owners there to talk to me on camera. They were afraid to, which I completely understand. Habla español, I actually speak Spanish. But one of the things that really kind of struck me was that it was dead in there. There wasn't even people shopping in the handful of booths that were still open.
That's how it is in a lot of restaurants around these parts. There are restaurants that are too afraid to even open their doors. They'll have somebody behind the door opening it up, just checking the coast to see if it's safe before they open up the door to their customers. As you can imagine, that's causing all these, small local businesses to suffer immensely.
So when I was here about 3 weeks ago, I actually caught the tail end of a raid that was right down the street from the Mercado, where Border Patrol agents had rolled into, I believe it was a bakery, and they grabbed a guy, they left his car there, threw him in the back. But right before this happened, I was able to talk to the business owner, and he shared this phone conversation that he had recorded. But a very racist man had called the business up, threatening him, threatening everybody there, saying that they were going to get deported and using racist, I can't get that out, slurs. But it was like a really disturbing phone call. And then this happened like a couple hours later. Have you heard of any other incidents sort of mirroring that?
I can't say I have, but unfortunately there are a lot of people who simply just don't care about their neighbor. They don't care about the fact that their neighbors, their coworkers are getting snatched on the streets. So that's what we're here for today, to show that here in Minneapolis, here in Minnesota, we really do care about our neighbors. When a federal agent goes out and shoots somebody on the middle of the street, we're going to show out and show that that's not allowed in this city.
Do you feel like all of the rapid responders that are out in the streets are helping protect the community members from getting kidnapped?
Absolutely, yes, they are.
We followed also yesterday some Border Patrol agents that were following a school bus of elementary kids, and everybody came out of the street, and cars started following the bus as well to make sure that all the children were brought home safely. We had that report of that other kid that was used as sort of a...
The 5-year-old.
Yeah. How commonplace is that stuff, do you know?
To be honest, that's... I can't speak too much on that, you know.
Okay. So what is your main priority at Miracle now besides the rent moratorium?
Our main goal has been for the past 20 years and will always be legalization for all, to end deportations, to end all this money going to these federal agents, to make sure that they're using important things like education, like housing, like food. You know, this whole thing, it's a big waste of money, you know. That's exactly what it is. And
do you feel like there's a way to reform the immigration system from jump anyway? Because I feel the biggest problem is that has gotten so absurd that it's really difficult to have a legal way to immigrate to the United States.
That's something I can't speak too much on, yeah.
I've got all the weird questions for you today. What are your parting thoughts for us?
Take care of your neighbors. That's the main thing, you know. Show up, show that your fellow people that you care about them, and that you won't let, some guys in masks take them away.
Thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, right on. So, also, there's people coming out here.
Okay, thank you.
So, I want to point out some people are coming out of their houses over here. They joined, this guy's just filming, but a guy down here came out and joined the protest. Oh, sorry. This guy has a little sign down there on the end. What does the sign say in yellow? I can't. Oh, ice out, okay. Lots of Chinga La Migra signs in the crowd, which again is fuck ice in Spanish.
Are you looking to talk to anyone?
Yes. Would you like to talk to
I'm somewhat of a press contact for
for
an anti-war committee.
Oh, even better. What is your name?
My name's Chelsea Sunderland.
And so what part are you guys participating in today as far as organization?
We help support MIRAC. It's one of the other community organizations in Minneapolis. We always support each other's actions. We share sound equipment. We help with marshaling and logistics. They planned this one, right? So we were taking a back seat, but they support us, we support them, and there's lots of other organizations as well that are in that network.
There's a real sense of community here in Minnesota that I've noticed that I haven't seen elsewhere. It's really deep in here. So the Anti-War Committee, what are some of the main focuses that you guys are working on right now?
Sure. So we focus on U.S. anti-imperialism. So a lot of our focus has been lately on Palestine, Venezuela, Sudan, Congo. But ICE is directly connected to all of that. The Israeli Defense Force, they practice tactics and try out weapons, and then they go, here's what worked, and now let's train the U.S. military and the police. So if people think that what's happening in Palestine is only happening halfway across the world, they're just wrong. That is, unfortunately, why the U.S. funds it, because they want access to that part of the world, and then they want to take that state-sanctioned violence and genocide and apartheid and all those awful things back here and see how far they can push us. And if we think we can only have it happen there and not have it come here, we're wrong. And frankly, we shouldn't let it happen there either.
Right. And in fact, it's not even just the weapons of war. It's the technology. A lot of the technology that ICE is using now, whether it's facial recognition from their Mobify, I think it's called, app, and some other things stemming from the same groups, whether it's Palantir, ISO Group, or some of the others. We're seeing that in surveillance tech on the streets of the United States right now, where they are absolutely targeting not only immigrants, but protesters.
Absolutely. They've been surveilling us for a long time. There was recently a campaign to get an Israeli-based surveillance contract out of Minneapolis, and I believe we pressed hard enough to succeed in that, which was wonderful. And we're going to keep pushing. We don't think that our government should be able to use these tactics on any person ever, because all it does is oppress people. We want the focus to be on helping people instead of controlling people, because ultimately all of us, we wake up in the morning, We want to get food, we want to have some fun, we want to do our best when we go to work, we want to take care of the people around us. And if everybody really stops for a second and think, that is what it's important. And so these goons who want to focus on something other than that, that is so foreign to us in Minnesota, and frankly, I think to most human beings.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's not going to stand for that. We're going to keep taking care of each other. We're going to stand up for what's right, and this is not right.
I have one last question because I think it ties into something you were sort of touching on when we first started talking, and that is regime change, war. So much of the immigration that we're seeing on our border stems from that, right? And these are wars that the United States foreign policy has supported. Do you feel the United States should have some accountability or ownership for some of the problems that foreign policy has created abroad?
Absolutely. We benefit from stripping the world of their resources, of their money, of their rights, and then we just want to live on this fancy little silver cloud over here in America, and then those people come here to get away from what we've created as a country, not as a people, but as a government, and then we want to vilify them for that? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Like, here, let me set your house on fire, and then when you try to come into mine, I'm going to act like you shouldn't be here, like you don't have a right. I'm the one that set your dang house on fire. And obviously that's a bit, simpler in terms. But, yeah, I believe that we need to either take our business out of other countries and let them dictate everything for themselves, or if we're going to keep meddling, then of course we have to welcome refugees.
Indeed. One last question, because I
don't think we should meddle.
Okay, we can walk and talk. I want to ask you about the judge. You might not know this yet. The judge just ruled in the state's injunction about getting ICE out of the state, like I believe about a half hour ago, and the judge denied it. So what are your thoughts on that? She's basically saying that even though things are bad, she's not sure that, I guess my reading on this, like an attorney would have a better reading, but from what I just read, that there's some sort of supremacy clause with the federal government over states' rights, which is kind of weird because these are the guys that have been arguing states' rights over federal crap for decades now. Anyway, but what are your thoughts on that?
I can't speak to the legality of it or even what that judge's thoughts are, but in this country, we used to have laws that people could be owned. We used to have laws that women couldn't vote. So just because something is a law doesn't make it right. And just because a judge upheld something doesn't make it right. Judges have upheld a lot of bullshit in history. And I think if we all look at what our moral code is and what looks right to us, we will see that doesn't make any sense.
No, it absolutely doesn't make sense. And it sort of touches on this idea, so that the Constitution says we the people, it applies rights universally. It doesn't say that rights only belong to white male property owners, although I would argue that the founding fathers probably thought that was the case. It does say all, right? All men are created equal. So there's a whole sort of group of thinkers in the country that come with this idea, make something of it, that this is what the doctrine says, regardless of whether they meant white male property owners. It says all men are created equal. But let me ask you this, have we crossed a bridge now where we can't get back to that, or do you think we can reconfigure the way things are going and get back to like expanding civil rights?
I think the only way to make that happen is to make sure that our leaders cannot profit from their leadership. As soon as people are able to line their pockets or line their friends' pockets, we lose integrity in our leaders. We need people who are truly looking out for us, who understand what our needs are. Half these people have never even been to a grocery store for themselves.
Right.
They have no idea what our life is like. They don't know what it's like to call about a medical bill to fight $50 extra because you can't afford the $50 extra they're charging you. They have no idea what it's like to sit on a phone for 2 hours to fight for $50 so that I can pay my bills. Like, they're so out of touch. They have no idea. We all know exactly what that stuff is like. We know what those small injustices are. We understand that the society is not built to help us but to hurt us, and we're going to fight against it until we have more rights. We are born with human rights. It's our government that takes those away from us. We all have those rights, and nobody can tell us that we shouldn't have them. So we will stand out here and say, no, these are our rights. We deserve them. We have them. Stop telling us we don't.
The Enlightenment writers would agree with you.
I think so. I think so. I'm a mother, and I can't imagine my kids growing up into what they want the world to look like. So I'm going to be out here fighting for a better life for that future generation. And just like those teachers talked about, those kids deserve to go to school safe, to know their parents are going to be there when they get home. And Minnesota's shown up, so I love it.
Do you think there's a direct through line between the income inequality in the country, the fact that the majority of Congress people are millionaires, to the hatred that sort of undergirds a lot of the ICE activity and a lot of the support for ICE activities comes from the MAGA?
In a way, I think, I don't know if this is exactly what you're asking, but, what they pay those people, I've heard up to $200,000 plus bonuses after they stay for a few years, large bonuses. I've heard that they're paying off debts. Our country has created conditions for people to be desperate enough to go for those jobs. And I'm not saying that none of those guys aren't evil white supremacist assholes, because most of them are, of course. But we also have to consider the conditions that got us here, and that people are so desperate for money that this is the kind of job they'll take to dig themselves and their families out of the hole. So again, I'm not justifying it for these guys. They're still assholes, but it's just like thinking about these extra things, these extra layers that our society, our government has placed upon all of us. So even those people, to an extent, are victims of this society, and they could have jobs that aren't making them into giant fucking assholes and criminals. They could have jobs. We should all have jobs that provide for our families and give us a better life. And when we fight on the streets, we're fighting for those assholes too. It's just like, we want everybody to have what they need, including the assholes.
Indeed.
Sorry, I don't know if you.
No, you can swear on our channel. It's fine. I do think you're right on that. We can look at a prognosis or a symptom of why things become the way they are without condoning it.
Yeah.
And I do think that the income inequality in the country is undergirding a lot of the increase in fascism. If people can't pay their bills, if someone tells them to blame the brown immigrants instead of the billionaires on top, and they can't quite work out the logistics of that, they fall into that trap, right? I do think the Democratic Party has a choice to make now. They can offer a left exit to the income inequality, meaning a left way to get out of it, whether it's some sort of FDR policy, a return to progressive working class politics, or we leave that door open where some right-wing phony populists like Donald Trump sort of takes over that void, although I think he's sort of doing himself in now, because a lot of that stuff that he promised about correcting income, he has not delivered on. So,
yeah, it's almost like nonsense to even comment on sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just like, gosh, what do you even say to something that's so silly? It's just like, I don't know how we got here. These people are just so selfish.
Yeah.
They just want all this power,
and they're in a cult.
Totally.
MAGA is a cult. I mean, so many times I've tried.
Can do no wrong. They sit there and say they want to protect children, and then he openly talks about looking at children naked against their will. And they're like, well, but it's fine because they're hot girls. It's like, no, they're children. They were children. I don't care if you think they're hot. They were children. And a man walked through their dressing room while they were naked and then openly bragged about it.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross. I agree.
But they don't. But that's the thing, is they literally do not care, and that's because those are the type of people they are. His followers are like, hell yeah, go look at those hot babes, those hot underage women. No, they're children.
No, you're right. I mean, how many times have some of his Twitter followers been like, maybe we should change the age of consent? Is 18 too high? Is 14 too high? And you're just like, are you kidding me right now? A 14-year-old cannot consent, even though...
Castrate all rapists and pedophiles. Chemically castrate.
I think we might not have to hire you as a co-host.
I heard they were doing that in Italy.
Really?
I heard they made a law. You fact check that, but I don't know.
All right, that might be a bridge too far for me, but I get the sentiment.
Someone is like, I've never been so proud to be Italian. I was like, damn.
Yeah. So what are the next steps? Today we're asking for the rent moratorium. What else is on the agenda in the next week or two?
We're looking further out than a week or two. To really do what we need to do, we've got to think long term and be ready for a long strike. So we've got to start creating our networks. We've got to talk to our neighbors. We've got to be ready to do mutual aid. We need food distributors and medical workers to be ready to do those things for free while we're striking, so that we can continue to take care of each other without actually moving money around. I'm not going to pretend to be the expert on setting that all up. I've actually been looking into it to learn more, to understand what we need in place. But we're going to need food in place, money in place.
So this is more or less an expansion of the general strike into something that's sustainable more than one day.
A genuine strike is more long-term, and it does need to be coinciding with the labor unions. That's really where the big power is, too. And labor is such a big part of this movement. They have been huge in supporting it already. That's why Minnesota is so successful, is we have such strong labor unions here. And even the ones that aren't technically unions, like, they do a good job of organizing themselves. And it's going to take a lot of preparation, but then we're going to have to be prepared to hold out for a long time. Because one day here and there, it sends a message, but it doesn't really hurt their wallets, because we're just going to spend that money the next day or the next week.
We had a speaker basically saying that they were spending $18 million, was it a week or every 2 weeks that she said, on ICE operations here alone just in Minneapolis. That is an insane amount of money. So that is money that could be going into, funding better education, health care for folks, et cetera, et cetera.
In addition to that, the Minnesota State Board of Investment, which is chaired by the governor, Tim Walz, the
Will, a second here to recalibrate. You're doing a great job, Will.
You are doing great, Will. The Minnesota State Board of Investment is chaired by 4 people: the governor, Tim Walz, the state secretary, Steve Simon, our attorney general, Keith Ellison, and our state auditor, Julie Blaha. The 4 of them decide how they invest Minnesota money for pensions and public pensions and really great things. However, $5.4 billion of Minnesota money is currently invested in apartheid and genocide. And so we have been trying to get them to divest that money away from Palantir, which you heard about today, but also like General Dynamics, even like Google, who's helping, with certain technologies, like you had mentioned, the surveilling. So we are also trying to get Minnesota money divested in that way, even separate from what they're paying the ICE people.
Wait, hang on a second. Okay, right. Wait.
Hey, Christina! Ooh, ha! I want to know why you're such a cunt. Hey, Christina! Ooh, ha! I want to know why you're such a cunt.
All right. Who came up with that song? Is that just organically happening here?
Why you're such a cunt.
All right, we have a little Christy Gnome. I'm Tina Desiree. Nice to meet you.
Chelsea. Are you from here?
Chelsea. I'm from Los Angeles, actually.
Okay, welcome. How long have you been in town?
A month total, but I left and came back because I had a subpoena to testify in a case.
Hey folks, this is Will from behind the camera. Just wanted to say thank you all for tuning in. And if you're not already a member, I hope you'll consider subscribing to Status Coup at statuscoup.com/join. We've actually been out here in Minneapolis for over a month at this point, between rotating team members, and it's really expensive to maintain that. We don't take any money from corporate sponsorship or anything like that. We are 100% independently funded, and we've actually spent over $25,000 in logistical costs and salaries, etc., to maintain a presence on the ground here in Minneapolis as the scene's been changing, and making sure that we can bring you that true on-the-ground coverage. So if you don't mind, and if you can spare the $5, it goes a long way to keep us out here, keep us warm, and help us, maintain our equipment. Like Tina said, we've had a microphone on the fritz, so we're replacing that, and your support goes a long way, and not just materially, but it really means a lot to us to know that each and every one of you value the work that we're doing. So thank you so much.
Did you just remember
Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
How many people do you think are marching today? Over 1,000? A couple thousand? Anybody have thoughts on how many people are here?
Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. It's a pretty long march.
Let me reach out to the people doing tactical.
Okay.
Because they will have
an estimate.
And
okay.
I can tell you.
That'd be great. All right, we're going to get an estimate of how many bodies are here today. It looks like a couple thousand to me.
Immigrants are welcome here.
And it's
like wearing a vest at these things because then I have to keep my mouth shut if there's assholes around. So
Immigrants are welcome here. Say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Yeah!
Wildly, Trump put out a post, or Truth Social post, sorry, couldn't remember his site name, saying that basically the reason people hate Kristi Noem is because she's a woman and she's doing a good job, which was kind of a wild flex coming from a guy like Donald Trump, given not only his, grab him by the pussy rhetoric and other misogynist stuff, but also the way he behaved in the 2016 election. So for him to be kind of sort of pivoting to that as a justification or reason as to why people are disliking Kristi Noem, other than the fact that she is just not a great person, let's leave it at that. Do you have thoughts on that as a woman?
Definitely. First, I think it's so cute that his social media channel has the word truth in it. Like, no, you guys, it's the truth. Like, I swear. It's the truth. Like, so cute for him.
We're all entitled to our own facts in MAGA world.
I guess. But I also think it's funny. Of course, he thinks we're judging her just for being a woman because that's what he does. Yeah. If you look at the way people talk about other people, it really reflects how they treat people. So I'm sure he mistreats people just from being a woman. And his mistake is that most of us do not.
Right. That's the thing. Like, I've often wondered about why. Sometimes, let's be honest, there is very much real misogyny in the world. I've seen it, I've experienced it. I'm not saying there isn't, because there definitely is. But not everything is because of misogyny, right? There's also other reasons for people to not like somebody else. And this is a guy that used to sort of tend to that latter idea, not the former one. So I just thought it was a strange pivot.
Yeah. It's a deflection. It's a normal tactic to be like, no, it's not this, it's this. Like, he just is such a little whiner baby who can't, just stand behind his, actions, or doesn't understand why other people stand behind their actions. So then he's just got to come up with his dumb little way of justifying it. And it's like, it's because she's a woman, isn't it? It's like, I bet that's how you would treat somebody that you didn't like what they, I don't know. I just think it's like, I don't even like fluffing and talking about it, giving it any air, because it's just such a deflection. Like, no, it's not because she's a woman, idiot. So dumb. It's just dumb.
There's a Gaston flag over here. Well, thank you so much for talking with us. Appreciate your time. We're going to kind of walk up here to the start of the protest. That was one of the organizers we were speaking with. That is sort of a take on a Gadsden flag. The Gadsden flag is the one with the snake, the yellow one, that says, "Don't tread on me." This one says, does it say "tread on me, Daddy"? I don't have my glasses on. Yes, okay. I keep thinking that at some point we are going to see an upside-down Gadsden flag at one of these protests, because truly, it is insurmountably the case that we are blasting through constitutional rights of Americans right now, whether it's the First Amendment, whether it's the Fourth Amendment. it's you know, the 10th Amendment, state rights, right? Now they're trying to overturn birthright citizenship, the 14th Amendment. Yet this crowd of right-wing sort of militia folks thus far have not really been joining in, but I think at some point there will be a bridge too far. They're now chanting, "Fuck you, fascists." We are now turning onto the famous Nicollet Avenue that runs through the Powderhorn and other areas of Minneapolis. Very large crowd, not quite as large as yesterday, but still long, long line of marchers here.
Ho, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Christy Dome is a bird like a ho, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Christy Dome is a bird like a ho, hey, hey! Ho, ho! This is what you want to be looked at. This is what you want to be looked at. Damn, Bonnie, go to hell!
Now saying Pam Bondi go to hell. Stephen Miller go to hell. I'm hearing the Bruce Springsteen song being played in the crowd.
Yo, whoa. No fear. You don't want it? Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here is a chant we've heard just about every protest.
Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear. 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 Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear.
It's slippery out here, folks. The thing happens when it warms up to 10 degrees, like some of the snow starts melting, then it refreezes and it becomes ice, and this keeps happening repeatedly. Underneath the snow is this very slippery level or layer of ice. Chinga la migra. Signs throughout the crowd.
Orlando Castile!
The America that we are seeing right now is the America that some of us already have known. The America that we have had to live with. This is the America that human beings have lost their loved ones. And people here in the state of Minnesota have turned a blind eye. There's many politicians that have gone home to their families. There are many local police who have gone home to their families, as many of our families have to live with the evil and the corruption way before I showed up.
That's right.
And so because they turned white supremacy. We are putting an end to white supremacy. We will not stand for injustices and inequality of any human being for any reason at all. We will not stand for it. We will not back down. We will not be quiet. We will not shut up. We will not just sit there and let any human being get mistreated for any reason at all. So when we say the Asada speech, when we say listen to the words, listen to the words, we have a duty as human beings. We have a duty to stand up for our freedom and not let white supremacy oppress us and hold us down as a people. We have a duty to win over this evil and this corruption. We must love and support each other, not for what we look like, not for what we have or what we don't have, not for our sexual orientation, not for our political beliefs, not for our religion, but as human beings, we must love and support one another. So with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you for doing what you know in your heart is right, for not sitting back and being quiet when people are being hurt in the streets. That's right. We will not tolerate white supremacy. We will not tolerate evil. We will stand up against evil, corruption, and white supremacy. We have a duty to fight for our freedom. We have a duty to win. We must love and support one another. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have a duty to fight for our freedom. We have a duty to fight for our freedom. We have a duty to win. We have a duty to win. We must love and support one another. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. 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 All power to the people. If Renee don't get it, shut it down. If Renee don't get it, shut it down. If Ricky don't get it, shut it down. If Justin don't get it, shut it down. If Courtney don't get it, shut it down. If Kobe don't get it, shut it down. If Jeffrey don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. Thank you, everybody. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you.
Very, very passionate speech.
You say dare to win, dare to struggle, 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 dare to win. All power to the people. All power to the people. We actually have a Christina Pinata. So we're gonna whip it out after our last couple speakers. Before our last speaker, we are gonna hear from youth with a poem. Thank you so much, Brion, for bringing a poem and a sign.
Changing the narrative, no. Truth survives by being carried quietly, from person to person, not always shouting, not always trending, but living in conversations, in kitchens, in prayers, in whispered hope, You tried to turn entire groups of people into shadows. You spoke of Somalia like it was only struggle, only distance. Only other, but you never saw the mothers, the fathers, the children laughing in small apartments that hold very big dreams. You never saw the rebuilding, the surviving, the becoming. Because we are not one story, we are not one headline, we are not one label. You can flatten into fear. This land is everyone's. No one is illegal on stolen land. That's right. We are the human race, one breath, one sky, one fragile shared future. And love, real love, does not stop at borders. Love crosses oceans. Love learns new languages. Love shows up when it's tired, when it's scared, when it would be easier to hate. You can build walls, you can build fear, you can build narratives that try to make neighbors feel like strangers, but you cannot stop truth from moving heart. To heart, from moving heart. To heart, we choose unity again and again and again because we all belong.
Our last speaker from Twin Cities Coalition for Justice. Give it up for Jay!
Hello everyone, my name is Jay. I'm with the Twin Cities Coalition for Justice, which is an organization that is under the National Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression. We are also proud members of the People's Action Coalition Against Trump. As a member of both TCC4J and PCAT, I want to explain why we organize mass mobilizations against any political entity, Republican or Democrat, that fails to uphold basic principles of human rights and who betray the interests of everyday working people. The reason that we protest is not because we believe protesting alone is enough. We protest because it is the best way to demonstrate broad support for progressive ideas in a world that is constantly telling us that meeting each other's needs, standing up against white supremacy, are unpopular. When we mobilize thousands to the streets, and those thousands of people all support our immigrant community or stand against police brutality, whether it's MPD or ICE, it exposes the lies and excuses of our political machine. It shows us that both our current corrupt government and its enablers on both sides of the aisle, that they will get nothing from us, not our votes, not our money, not our compliance, until they submit to the will of the people who pay for their positions. But simply demonstrating solidarity in the streets cannot be and should not be the only tool in our arsenal. This is why we also fundraise for mutual aid that keeps our neighbors housed and fed during this crisis. It is why we organize defense campaigns for activists targeted by repression, like the Brave Cities Church demonstrators and journalists like Georgia Ford facing charges for doing her duty as a journalist. This is why PCAT partners with amazing organizations like MIRAC and supports the work that they do to train observers to make sure that our immigrant neighbors know their rights. And it's why TCC4J joins the Wrongfully Incarcerated and Over-Sentenced Families Council in call-in campaigns to demand the release of our black elders and Cornelius Jackson, who remains in prison for a crime he did not commit. It is also why the Twin Cities Coalition for Justice works to gain democratic control over the police, not because MPD can be reformed, but because these murderous cops have also brought terror to black, native, and immigrant communities since the days of the slave patrols. There is no reason why, as ICE thugs roam our streets terrorizing immigrant families, that the people actually putting their bodies between ICE and immigrants should be gassed, beaten, or arrested by local police in the name of crowd control. We should not have to watch MPD fail to intervene when ICE violates the due process of our neighbors while they find time to protect ICE, like they did when they allowed the murderer, Jonathan Ross, to leave the scene of his crime instead of arresting him. The naked truth is that this is not the first time our city or our country has been under attack. We must be honest with ourselves. Black and Native communities in this country have always lived under the horrific weight of state violence. From the Tulsa Massacre to Wounded Knee, the Dakota 38 to the Move bombing to the murders of Jamar Clark and George Floyd. We know this boot on our neck well, and we need everyone to care about all victims of violent law enforcement. That's right. The fact is, we can demand that MPD follow the separation ordinance, but so long as our mayor is too busy shooting corny promo videos and looking up new swear words for the cameras to exercise control over his pigs, there is no one to make sure MPD follows separation. We need community control because the people who currently have power over the police do not want to use it. Every dollar that goes toward riot gear, LRADs, and tear gas is money that could be spent on the social services proven to reduce crime in the first place. We pay for these cops to patrol our streets and brutalize us the same way our taxes pay for ICE. As Chairman Frank Chapman of the National Alliance puts it, we cannot abolish something that we don't control. That's right! That's right! The vision for the future that we all share, where the needs of ourselves and our neighbors are met, where we no longer live in fear of violence from our government, where the needs of our planet are put before the greed of corporations, where black, native, Asian, Muslim, queer, disabled, and immigrant lives actually matter. It is more than a slogan. Where the institutions that govern our lives are run by us and not politicians too scared to defend their people. This is in reach only if we are willing to fight for it. So please, join TCC for J and MIRAC in our campaign to strengthen the separation ordinance and gain democratic control over the police so we can put an end to MTV's violence and ICE collaboration.
They are dropping a piñata of Kristi Noem's face.
We will never, never forget what you have done to our people. We will never forgive you, and we will not stop until you are under our boot. That's right! When we fight, we win! 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 Thank you.
The movement proves that when we fight, we win! We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
Drop all the charges now!
Drop all the charges now!
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
Drop all the charges now!
Drop all the charges now!
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
ICE out of Minnesota now!
ICE out of Minnesota now!
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
ICE out of Minnesota now!
ICE out of Minnesota now!
So everyone needs to stay where they are, because we're about to march right after we hit this thing. Breon, who read the poem, could you come back to the front? Make way for Breon. Yes.
You get to see the pinata.
So they just busted open a pinata of Kristi Noem's face.
So we ask that you get behind the banners again. We will be marching again soon. Please get behind the banners. Thank you so much.
Let's go that way?
Yeah. Should we go up to the...
How are you doing? Good, good. We will say it every time.
We will say it every time.
Resisting ICE is not a crime. Resisting ICE is not a crime. We will say it every time.
We will say it every time.
Resisting ICE is not a crime.
Resisting ICE
We can get maybe a shot of them marching towards us.
We will say it every time. We will say it every time. Protesting.
So we are in downtown Minneapolis right now at the Ice Out March organized across the country today. This is following the general strike march yesterday. There's a couple thousand people out here today. One of the main asks that they have is that the mayor, Mayor Fry, puts a moratorium on rent. A lot of the immigrant population in the city cannot afford to pay rent at this point because they've either not been going to work because they're afraid to go out or not shopping because they're afraid to go out. So it's been devastating for small businesses in the Mercado and Carmel Mall and other places, restaurants.
Legalization. Now.
What do we want?
Legalization.
When do we want it?
Now.
Also, breaking news, the 5-year-old that was detained has now been released. That's breaking. Ordered to be released. Not been released yet. Okay. So we'll pay attention to that.
No wall. Legalization for all.
No troops. No walls. Legalization for all.
No troops. No wall. Legalization for all.
No troops. No walls. Legalization for all.
No troops. No wall. Legalization for all.
No troops. No walls. Legalization for all.
No troops. No wall. Legalization for all.
No troops. No walls. Legalization for all.
Up with liberation.
Up with liberation.
Down with deportation.
Down with deportation.
Up with liberation.
Up with liberation.
There's that little pothole behind you.
Down with deportation.
Up with liberation.
Up with liberation.
If you are not a member of Status Coup, we would very much appreciate if you considered becoming a member. It is your $5 a month that allows us to do this reporting across the country, giving the mic back to the people. Yesterday, we lost our expensive mic. It'll probably cost us $700 to replace, for example. That mic had been through a lot. I know I'd taken it into many a messy situation, but I think just the snow melting and the water getting into the circus tree just fried it yesterday, so we're going to have to replace that guy. I know we've probably spent, I don't know, over $10,000 being here in Minneapolis. Oh my gosh, okay, we've spent $25,000 being here this month in Minneapolis so far, and we're going to stay here. So please consider joining as a member. statuscoup.com/join.
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Our neighbors are under attack. What do we do?
So one of the organizations that is sponsoring and organizing this today, MIRAC, has actually been doing immigration rights work for 20 years. So they are not a new organization that sprung up in response to ICE, but rather they've been around for a long time trying to get more legalization of immigration in the country, because that's been a struggle for a long time. They've been out here for a couple hours now. The call and response is a little bit slower than it was.
Immigrants lead the revolution.
So Kristi Noem has been the target of many signs today, including a piñata of her face that the young poet broke open, hitting many times. Many chants about some of the things she's done. We talked earlier with one of the organizers about Trump's Truth Social post in regards to saying that Kristi Noem was being targeted because she was a woman doing a good job, which is just, I'm sorry, that's just not true. As a woman, I'm saying that's just not true. Like, there is misogyny in the world, and then not everything is about misogyny, you know. Sometimes people are just doing bad things.
Down with deportation. Up with liberation. Up with liberation. Down with deportation. Down with deportation. Scream if you stand for the truth. You have anyone tell you marches don't do shit? You're just standing around with signs. Spit on their face. Tell them shame! Tell them the movement is growing, and we have been here, and we will always be here! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11! 9, 10, 11!
We are currently marching down First Street. Not too far from Lake Avenue, I believe. Oh, there you are. Oh, are we turning this way? We're going this way? Okay. So we are turning. Yeah, I got you. We're going to move over to the sidewalk for a minute, I think, maybe, until they get organized here. 1, 2, 3, go. Wait, now it looks like they're going straight. She said they're turning.
Who keeps us safe?
Okay, no, they're going straight.
Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe. 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 keep us safe.
Who got the power?
We got the power.
Who got the power?
We got the power.
What kind of power?
People power.
What kind of
It's a lot warmer today. I think it's 10 degrees, so we are not negative for once. You can actually feel how much warmer it is. It's still cold out, but it feels like sunny California to me right now. It's been so cold. If you're just joining us, this is Tina Desiree Berg reporting for Status Coup News on the Midas Touch Network. We are at the Ice Out protest in downtown Minneapolis.
Who got the power? We got the
Thousands of people are out here on the street right now marching.
What kind of power?
One of their main asks is for Mayor Frey to actually institute a moratorium on rent.
We got the power.
And obviously justice for the two that have been murdered in Minneapolis this month, Renee Good and Alex Preddy. So this is a breaking news that I think is actually something that's been building for a minute, but it's a change in direction. A small-town police chief in Minnesota appears to be the first to intervene on behalf of a resident to prevent them from being arrested by federal immigration agents. So this is a local law enforcement officer in the city of St. Peter. This happened on Thursday afternoon, prevented a federal immigration agent from arresting a local resident. The local resident was filming the agents. So this is a change in tactic. In the past, we have seen local law enforcement just not doing anything to prevent these federal agents from breaking the law. Oftentimes breaking up protests to prevent them from happening. But this is the first incident that I know of that a local police officer has intervened and not allowed the ICE agent to arrest the resident. I think we might be seeing more of that. You know, one of the things that you notice is that these DHS agents, I don't know what stripe they are sometimes. They're either ICE agents, they're Border Patrol, God knows what, HSI, ERO. But because they aren't clearly identified and they're wearing masks and they have, nondescript flak jackets on, it's hard to know what division they're with. But they've been breaking a lot of laws. I have filmed a group of them urinating in a public park in Los Angeles, for example. If a regular citizen had done that, they would have been arrested. The amount of shenanigans surrounding their use of illegal license plates has been documented across the country. I actually did a deep dive for Wired magazine that'll be coming out soon. And many other things, and I've asked local law enforcement, for example, in California, whether they have cited any of these vehicles for using illegal license plates, and you get no response. But maybe at some point that will change. Oftentimes what you hear the Trump administration argue in regards to this is the supremacy clause, which basically means that federal law supersedes state law. A guy in front of us has a sign that reads, "Chauvin needs roommates." I have to admit, some of the funny signs I've been seeing out here protests in Minneapolis are pretty epic. There was one the other day, and this is for the Prince fans out there, that said basically the only person that knew the revolution was going to start in Minneapolis was Prince.
Ice out! Ice out! Fuck ice! 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 Ice out! Fuck
People chanting "fuck ICE, ICE out" as we walk.
There's a sign for you, that rainbow one.
I can't see it. Hang on. Oh. Okay, that's pretty funny. Are you videoing on that? So you know the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though this, yeah, that song. You used to sing it when you were a kid. Somebody has a sign that basically says supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, sexist, Nazi, POTUS. Let's sing that. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, sexist, Nazi, POTUS.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
So many great signs in Minneapolis. So creative. I don't know. That one has to win the sign award, though. Super callous, racist. I can't even sing it.
Fuck ICE! 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 Fuck ICE!
What did they say Kristi Noem was what?
A bird-legged hoe.
A bird-legged hoe? All right. People cheering from inside the house there, waving through the window. Still lots of signs about the Epstein files. They released 3 million more. I'm sure more and more is going to come out about what's in those 3 million documents.
Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear. Welcome here.
We are now approaching East 26th Street.
28th.
28th? Ah, you're right. I lost my glasses the first night here in that giant melee in front of the hotel. They fell out of my pocket. So I've been working without my glasses all week. Sorry.
No fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, 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 no fear. Immigrants are welcome.
Another individual standing outside and waving at the crowd.
Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear.
This is an area that has been hit by a lot of ICE raids. She just came out with a sign. I can't quite make out what it says, but everybody started cheering.
It's that image of that grotesque image of Kristi Noem's face caricaturized I believe made popular by South Park, but
okay, the South Park Kristi Noem. Okay, that's pretty funny. I mean, quite honestly, she sort of caricatures herself.
Shut it down! 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 Shut it down!
Another individual waving at us from inside her home. It is likely many of these individuals are afraid to come out and join the march. We are in an area of town that has been hit heavily by ICE raids. She's shouting love from the window. Kisses, I love you guys. There's a real sense of community here in Minneapolis that you just don't see in other places.
No fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No hate. 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 No fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Another one here on the left.
Immigrants are welcome here. No hate. No fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No hate.
Cheering on the marchers from inside her home. She's making a little heart sign with her hands through the window. Looks like 3 or 4 kids in there. Another one on the right. This one's banging a jug of some sort, it looks like. Yeah, one of those plastic jugs you get your milk in. Waving. As people chant, no hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. This is a neighborhood that has been heavily targeted by ICE. So I would imagine many of these individuals waving at the crowd from inside their homes are afraid to come out.
Immigrants are welcome here. No hate. No fear. 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 Ice out! Ice out! Ice out! Ice out! Ice out!
Hey folks, this is Will from Behind the Camera again. I want to thank everybody who's watching on YouTube. We are just 200 YouTube subscribers away from hitting the 700,000 mark, and that is so exciting for us. So if you're watching and you're not subscribed, please consider just clicking that button and helping us hit that threshold. Seeing all those subscribers really means a lot to us, helps us stay motivated out here in these Minneapolis streets as we march in the cold along with the community. Just those subscribers mean so much to us. And if you're already subscribed, please consider becoming a member and helping us support our work with just $5 a month. It's a small amount for going a long way. It helps us keep us warm and equipped here in Minneapolis or wherever we may go. I know that we're keeping our eyes on Springfield, Ohio, Lewiston, Maine, Wisconsin, wherever ICE and Border Patrol go, we will be there documenting on the streets. It's important work. It's also expensive work. So your support goes a long way. Again, we are so close to 700,000 subscribers on YouTube. Please, please, please help us hit that number today. We will be so, so grateful. Thank you so much.
Hello, kitty. As we are marching through this neighborhood, there are people inside houses and apartments on both sides of the street waving at the crowd, blowing kisses, making heart-shaped signs with their hands. This is an area that has been heavily targeted by ICE raids. There's some in this apartment building. We have a sign that says "Fuck ICE," "ICE out." People waving from the top floor down at the crowd. A real sense of community here in Minneapolis.
ICE out! Fuck ICE! ICE out! Fuck ICE!
I just see people running. Careful, We're heading back towards Nicollet. I love that everywhere we go here, people now recognize us.
You can. People just walk around, yeah.
Somebody on the truck is now holding an upside-down American flag, which is the symbol for distress. Our democracy is in distress. All right, we're now at 26 and Nicolette. There's a lot of police up here, it looks like.
The Alex Preddy Memorial.
Okay, so we're walking by the Alex Preddy Memorial, so I think the police are just here because they've been here since the memorial was set up, so not necessarily because there's protesters here. Actually, not that many cops now that I'm looking down there. I need my glasses. So as we are now stopped in front of Alex Preddy's memorial, people are chanting for Alex Preddy justice.
They don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace.
It's slippery, guys. We almost lost the camera there.
They don't get no peace. Give yourselves a minute.
It's all right. That was a good save, but that's...
It's just looking at this corner of the sky. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right, we're back, folks.
60, 80 years until we get...
Will almost sacrificed his body for the camera just now. Give Will some love.
of the police. Justice to one is injustice to all. We have a duty to fight for our freedom. We have a duty to fight for our freedom. If you have your left fist available, lift your left fist up. We have a duty to fight for our freedom. We have a duty to fight for our freedom. We have a duty to win. We have a duty to win. Okay, step over. We must love and support one another. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have a duty to fight for our freedom. We have a duty to fight for our freedom. We have a duty to win. We have a duty to win. We must love and support one another. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. 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 We have nothing to lose but our chains.
The whole crowd is putting their fists in there as they chant this.
Minneapolis gets shit done.
Minneapolis gets shit done as she's throwing confetti off the truck into the crowd.
Now that we're at the end of the rally, I want you guys to just take a look around, look at the people next to you, left and right. These are the people who stand with you because they know who the real enemy is. And they know
the gal on my
who's
right
taking care of each other. We only have each other. The city of Minneapolis and the rest of the world is watching us, taking examples from us. And I'm thankful to be a part of this community.
We have some ladies dressed like maidens from The Handmaid's Tale here.
Don't forget to give yourself some grace and love. I know it's a hard time. ICE is around every facet of our lives, but that doesn't stop us. When you can make it in Minneapolis, you can make it anywhere. Please don't forget to follow Mirac and TCC for J on socials for upcoming events and anything regarding news in Minneapolis, and all of the other, people who spoke today, like Pacat. They're all on socials. And Mirac has a big event on May 1st. May Day is going to be our biggest one yet, so just keep in touch, keep in tune with us. This is where we disperse, but before we separate, I want you guys to know I am thankful for every one of you again for being here. Fuck the police, fuck ICE, fuck IDF. Power to the people. Eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables.
So again, we are announcing dispersal. People can gather by the vigil and stop at the local businesses here. We are dispersing. Everyone listen up for a second, please.
Do you want to?
We are encouraging everyone to keep joining our fight, keep joining the movement. If you want to join the movement, if you want to know what's next, join an organization, join TCC for J, and join MIRAC. Woo! Reach out to us because we are here for you. And once again, we are dispersing. So thank you so much for being here. And we'll take our banners back. Yeah. I know you're thinking about that. Thank you. TCC for J has a new member meeting this Tuesday. So reach out to them on Instagram if you want to get to know them.
So thank you for joining us today for the Ice Out March through downtown Minneapolis. On point, they actually ended the march at Nicollet and 26th Street. We're right adjacent to where Alex Preddy was shot. There is a 24-hour memorial for him on my left that's been going since that moment forward. There are protesters out here all hours of the day and night. You know, the theme today, in addition to Ice Out, was that they are asking for Mayor Frey to put a moratorium on the rent. So one part of this aspect that's not quite as discussed as much as the ICE agent violence is that a lot of the immigrants are afraid to come out to do work. They're afraid to come out to do shopping. They're staying inside their homes. And as we walked down the street, we were on both sides seeing people inside their homes waving at the protesters, doing little heart signs with their hands, blowing kisses. And I would imagine that a lot of these individuals are those folks. They're afraid to come out, right? This area has obviously been heavily targeted by ICE raids for the last 2 months. So that has had a devastating effect on the community. I love this little gal here. She had this beautiful poem that she read earlier, and they broke the pinata of Kristi Noem's face. We have some breaking news. ICE expands power of agents to arrest people without warrants. So this is, I'm going to look at this real quick because this is actually huge news if that's the case. This is the New York Times reporting this. Amid tensions over President Trump's immigration crackdown in Minnesota and beyond, federal agents were told this week that they have broader power to arrest people without a warrant, according to an internal immigration and customs enforcement memo reviewed by the New York Times. The change expands the ability of lower-level ICE agents to carry out sweeps rounding up people they encounter and suspect as undocumented immigrants, rather than targeted enforcement operations in which they are set out warrant in hand to arrest a specific person. So now that I've read that, I'm going to say they were doing that already. In Los Angeles, they were arresting all kinds of people without warrants. They would roll up on the sidewalk, grab the guy at the taco stand, other street vendors, flower vendors. They were even arresting folks that were American citizens and taking them down to the detention center and holding them there for 2 days. So I would say that this was already going on, but maybe it's going to get worse now because they're saying the quiet part out loud. I don't know. They have plowed through so many constitutional rights at this point. They're now saying that they can enter a private home without a warrant. That is an absolute crossing of the line with the Fourth Amendment. We've seen them arrest journalists, absolute crossing of the line with the First Amendment. They're now arguing that Alex Preddy was a domestic terrorist and going to do some mass killing simply because he had a legal firearm on him. And I think the important part of that is they wouldn't have even known that if they hadn't tackled him and hadn't been beating him. That became apparent through that interaction. So this is, MAGA is a group of individuals that claim to be about freedom and constitutional right, but are clearly not. They don't seem to understand that eventually, if these rights are eroded for other groups, it will come for them. So we're live right now. I'm just signing off, sorry. So I'm going to sign off now because they need to clear the streets. Thank you for joining us today. If you're not a member, please join, and we will see you at the next thing. Thank you. I got you. We're just...